Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Road to Jonestown, Jim Jones and People's Temple by Jeff Guinn. Read by George Newbern.
Prologue. Guyana, November 18th to 19th, 1978. During the late afternoon on Saturday, November 18th, 1978, garbled radio messages began reaching Georgetown, the capital city of Guyana on the South American coast. They seemed to be panicky reports of a plane crash, probably in the dense jungle that swept from the outskirts of the city all the way northwest to the Venezuelan border. Operators at Georgetown's Ogle Airport, who received the messages, passed them on to personnel at Guyana Defense Force headquarters. The GDF comprised the country's sparse, under-equipped military. The GDF duty officers knew of no scheduled military flights, so the crashed plane, if there was one, wasn't theirs. About 6 p.m., a Cessna swooped in from the northwest and landed at Ogle, a small secondary Georgetown airport used mostly by the military. Besides its pilot, it carried 2 additional passengers, the pilot of another abandoned plane and a wounded woman named Monica Bagby. The 2 pilots, sources of the earlier messages, were almost equally incoherent in person. What they did manage to relate wasn't about a plane crash, but rather an attack at a remote airstrip. Earlier in the afternoon, the Cessna and a second craft, an Otter operated by Guyana Airways, flew to the tiny jungle outpost of Port Katuma to pick up a large party there, including a U.S. congressman, his staff, and some others. In all, there were 33 people waiting at the narrow landing strip, too many to fit in the planes, which had a combined capacity of 24. While the prospective passengers decided who would fly out immediately and who would have to wait for an additional plane, they were attacked by men with rifles and shotguns. The victims in the attack were unarmed, and the result was sheer slaughter. The Otter was so riddled with bullets during the barrage that one of its twin engines was destroyed. Its tires were flattened, and it couldn't fly. Its pilot fled to the Cessna, which was still operational. The Cessna pilot, feeling helpless to intervene and wanting to save his own life, taxied from the gunfire and bodies and flew away, taking with him the Otter pilot and a woman who'd been wounded when the attack began as she boarded the Cessna. Now at Ogle they described the gruesome scene at the Port Katuma airstrip. One of the certain dead there was the congressman, and also some reporters who were with him.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?